guys, and welcome back to the Staunch Talk Show. Today is super exciting, and I think you can see a very familiar, beautiful face with me. As always, my name is Princess Mahogo. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are with Dr. Brink and the Tshwane University of Technology at the Royal Elephant Hotel in Centurion in Tshwane. And today she's going to be telling us why we are here, the purpose of the event, and how it will serve the education system in South Africa. Doc, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thank you so much, Princess. The purpose of this event today is to get the industry together with the academia in one room and the student body of the university. So I'm going to share my vision and mission for work integrated learning within TUT and see how we can get the industry more involved in preparing a better, agile, future-fit, ready student for the world of work.
Definitely. And which guests can we expect to see today?
Oh, there is a list of guests from all faculties. I invited 105 companies. I'm expecting 105 companies. So approximately 200 industry members. So I'm very excited.
Super excited to be here as well.
Excited.
Just quickly, how will the students benefit from today's event? If all goes well as we hope it will, how will they benefit?
If all goes well, we will then have relationships with the industry and start working on strategies and on how what we can do more for the students. What type of skills can we give the students extra for preparing them for the world of work? Because currently the students do only one semester or a year of work integrated learning, and then we put them, they receive their certificate. But the aim is to start with work integrated learning from year number 1, taking them through to year number 3, and for every workshop or hackathon that they will do with the industry, they will then get a certificate at the end of the day. So the aim is to have a work integrated learning student academy where we will have then different workshops. We will have an industry advisory board that will advise us on different methods and different skills that we can teach the students and take them forward.
Thank you so much, Prof, for your time.
Thank you so much.
We will see you on stage.
Thank you.
We're hoping all will go well, but from what I see, it's already looking good.
Thank you so much.
Props up to you.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thanks for being here. I'll sit here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. May I please have your attention? Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us once again. So we think we have quite a good number in the room. Some of our guests who haven't arrived will join us during the course of the program, but so that they don't inconvenience you who have managed to make it here on time, thank you so much for your attention and for being here. I think that you guys should give yourselves a big round of applause because you look great and you made it here. Thank you so much for joining us. And I think that we should give one phenomenal woman a big round of applause, Dr. Brink, who organized all of this. So without wasting any time, we are going to start with our program. We're going to have our opening and welcoming, and we're going to welcome on stage who is going to welcome us and tell us why we are here today. So let's welcome him to the stage.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here this morning and just to underscore what the program director said. Thank you so much, Dr. Brink. This is wonderful. I'm standing here on behalf of the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Teaching, Learning and Technology, Professor Ben van Dijk, to just welcome you and thank you greatly for responding to this wonderful breakfast invitation. When I came in here, I expected, I had hoped to see great display of variety to breakfast on, but surely that is still coming. But it's good that we could all come here this morning to break bread. But you know that the main objective here of inviting you here is that as the university, we acknowledge that to play our role effectively in society, in the world which is changing so rapidly, we need to shake off the traditional image of self-contained system of learning and teaching and embrace the strategic importance of partnership with the industry. We are here to say to you, join us for shared value creation. We are making this call to you because, and you'll know this as business or as the industry, you are not necessarily the cause of talent problem that we often talk about as business, as members of society, as government. But what is interesting is that you experience the brand of its effect. This is something that you are not responsible of creating, but it does have so much huge effect on you. And what does that mean? And also, where does this challenge come from? This challenge often is at what we call the source of talent pipeline. And you may ask, when we talk about the source of talent pipeline, what are we talking about? We are referring to ourselves as the universities. We are the source of talent pipeline, primarily responsible for the human capital formation for this country. And because of that, we are here this morning to say to you as the industry, to invite you and say to you that please join us in this ecosystem that we are trying to create so that we can have an opportunity to influence that change at the source of talent pipeline. And this can happen in many ways. I'm just only going to talk about two briefly. And I'll sit down because my job is just to welcome you. Key among the ways in which you could actually be part of this ecosystem where you will get an opportunity to influence this source of talent pipeline that we are talking about is through what we call advisory, faculty-based advisory boards. And this is an opportunity that exists within our arrangement as university wherein you get invited to sit in those spots, to get to understand what are we teaching these kids, and also to expect you to share with us your insight in terms of the extent to which the industry is evolving, and assist us about whether how we have packaged our program. Is it in line with how the industry is evolving? And if not, how can we make it to be consistent with how the industry is evolving? In other words, our advisory committee provide an opportunity for you to tell us where and how to tweak or even change our curriculum. And the second and the most powerful way in which you could influence the source of talent pipeline is by partnering with us to optimize our student opportunity for work integrated learning. Dr. Craig is going to talk more about that because essentially the main theme of today is indeed about work integrated learning. But maybe just to say to you that work integrated learning is part of our curriculum as a university. What does that mean? It means that our students would not graduate if they did not complete that component of their program. In other words, in simple terms, work integrated learning is an opportunity given to our students to bring to bear their academic learning to relevant experience and reciprocate learning back to their studies. And this may take various formats. It might be on campus, it might be off campus. Either way, that is where we need you, so that you can assist us in terms of saying that in a practical context, this is how this student could actually be assessed, and this is how we should actually be looking at. Why are we saying all these things? You should know better that powerful nations, when you read the story of successful nations, at the core of their success is deliberate and strategic commitment to invest in human capital. And that is why those countries will consistently ask themselves the question whether do we have the adequacy of skill base? Is the knowledge that is given to the future workforce relevant to our context? Can it contribute towards economic development? And this is basically some of the critical issues that we need to consistently think about as we will be listening to Dr. Brink, and also as we will be committing ourselves in partnering with us as the Tshwane University of Technology. We are the biggest university in South Africa, about 60,000, 60,000. We are the biggest university in South Africa, and that will tell you the role that we are playing in terms of contributing towards the human capital formation of this country. And if you could just join us in our vision that will be clearly explained to you as it relates to the role that we could play, particularly insofar as work integrated learning is concerned. We think that we will contribute significantly towards changing the fortunes of these countries. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Tshwane University of Technology. we define ourselves as the people's university that makes knowledge work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Prof. Maserumole, who is the Executive Dean of the Department of Humanities at the Tshwane University of Technology. Thank you so much for that welcome. I definitely feel welcome now more than ever. And I think I can properly introduce myself now that I've been welcomed to the event. I didn't want to jump the gun. So my name is Princess Mahogo. I'm a journalist by profession. I'm at Jacaranda FM. And I was contacted to be here today to help direct the program, and I am so honored to be here. I think that today's event touched my heart, which is why I was even more than willing to accept it, because I am from the rural areas of the Eastern Cape. I'm a proud Xhosa. I grew up in the Eastern Cape, and I came from a very struggling family, and hence I think such a program and such a project, Prof, will be very beneficial to students, because many of us students in South Africa come from backgrounds that don't really allow us to follow our paths and to be able to follow the careers that we would like to follow because of financial situations from our homes that hold us back. So because you can see the situation at home, then you say, okay, let me maybe go get a job at Spa and just work instead of studying, but then in the future that delays your dreams and that holds you back from what you wanted to achieve initially in life. So I think such a program is really great because it's going to open the minds of students, give them exposure to information that they didn't necessarily know could help them in the future. And it will expose them to industry people that will be beneficial to their careers, people that they can connect with and get to be exposed to so many other things. I only got to know of many things when I got to Joburg. I wanted to be a news reader, but I didn't even know what that was called. I wanted to be a journalist. But growing up, I just saw people on TV. For those who will know, there's a very famous Xhosa news reader, Nokolo Frotbom. In preschool, in primary preschool, and even in high school, when I was asked by the teacher, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be Nokolo Frotbom. I didn't know what it was called, what she was doing, but I knew that's what's for me. So I think such programs will help to educate students and even learners who are still in high school, in primary, to know that there's certain departments in universities that you can go to inquire about information which will guide you on your career path. And I think it's important for all of you to be here because you're going to play a very vital role in ensuring that those students get the necessary information that they need and they fall in the right path. Even if maybe they have gone one way, maybe they can get exposed to something that can make them go, well, maybe I'm not in the right department, that is what I want, but I didn't know how to get there. But because Dr. Brink did this event and so many people got to know about these students who need help and these departments that should be started in universities, then they will be able to be assisted in that way. But without wasting any time, I would like now to introduce our next guest, who is the reason why we are here. And I would like to firstly introduce her team before I bring her up on stage. The DCE staff members, the director is obviously Dr. Willie Brink, who will be coming up on stage shortly. Coordinator of Student Employment, Mrs. Lorika Kruger, Employability Practitioner, Mr. Albert Sahubela, Employability Practitioner, Mr. Zabugi Magao, Olams Administrator Officer Khonzi Mabuse, Secretary Mrs. Martina Lehwabe, in absentia, she is having an exam today, so she is not here with us. But we do acknowledge her as well. DCE Center funded interns, ICT, Prince Marishane, Integrated Communications, Madumelo Libiane, Public Affairs, Daniel Makubela, and SETA Intern Akona Mbendu. So I would like to call on Dr. Brink to come up on stage, and can you please give her a big round of applause?
Good morning, everyone. I want to start to welcome the executives of TUT, all the work integrated learning officers of TUT, my staff members in particular, thank you for the hard work. And then I would like to welcome our esteemed industry partners, and I want to say without you this was not possible. Thank you so much for being here today and for me to allow me to share with you through the lens of innovative work integrated learning for the 21st century. I would like to share with you our vision for the Directorate of Cooperative Education, in short DCE, and the overview of my presentation this morning is just to give you an introduction why we as a team feel that work integrated learning cannot only just take place in the final year. Things needs to change within higher education. And as the work integrated learning chair for South Africa of USAC, I do have a good overview of best practices within all the institutions, and I can say that we need to start rethinking of how we're preparing students for the world of work. We're living in a different world, no longer 2018 where we do things the normal way. It's a little bit of unnormal way at this point in time. So I'm going to share with you the strategic alignment, the world modalities, how I see it can fit into every single year without changing of the curriculum, and then what is an agile future fit student, what is the way forward for us in this room, and then just the conclusion, and we will have a question and answer session. I would like to start with this picture. It's a bamboo on the left hand side and right hand side, but in the middle of the bamboo is an oak tree. And I want to leave this question with everyone in this room, and I want you to think of this, and we can have a discussion informally after the presentations, because we are here to network and have ideas and see how we can go forward. So the question that I want to leave with everyone in this room is, are we as higher education institutions preparing students to become a bamboo, or do we prepare our students to be an oak tree? And you will find out the reason why I'm asking this question a little bit later. So, Joseph Furman, he is a professor at Harvard. He tweeted and he said, work has a future and no one knows what it is. If you think back of 2018, 2019, you never thought that you will have online classes. Not in South Africa, not in Africa. Because we always say we don't have the IT infrastructure. And then COVID hit us and showed us that we can do if we are under pressure and we need to do things. So it basically forced us to say, you can do this. So if we look at this, and if we think of the future of work, and we don't know how the future of work will look like, we need to develop skills that will fit the future of work. And for that, we need the industry. We need to break the silos, and we need to take hands together. We need to change the mindsets of academics. We need to change the mindsets of our students. We need to change the mindsets of the industry. Industry needs to be involved with the curriculum. Industry needs to be involved from the first day that the student entered Tshwane University. I would like to see my industry members in all 7 of the faculties being involved, preparing the student for the world of work, preparing the students with the necessary skills. I don't want to have conversations with industry after they receive our third-year students to say, you know what, we need to upskill and reskill the students from Tshwane. I would like to hear from the industry to say the student was agile, the student was adaptable, the student can immediately run when I give the students a task. That is what agile future-fit students mean. So we need to change the mindset. And that brings me to a quote from Ginny Rometty. She's the chairperson and the president and the CEO of IBM. And she said, you have to value skills and not just a degree. So for us to just give a degree means nothing. It's a piece of paper. If you don't have the skills, that will add value to the qualification. So if we look at my strategic alignment and my vision is to provide innovative, work-integrated learning for our students. How do we do that? We need to provide innovative leadership to all the partners. So who are our stakeholders? Our stakeholders are the CETAs, are the industry, are the faculties, the academics, and are the students. And we need to break the silos and work together and take the hands of each other. Because what did we see with the Springboks? They were as a team and they bring the nation together. And they are stronger together because we are standing together as a nation. And we need to break the silos in higher education institutions and working closely with our industries. So if we then, the first one at the top on the left-hand side, that is my vision. That's the innovation that I hold in my hand and that I want to provide to the academics and get the industry in to provide us with innovative ideas, with societal problems that we experience in our society, and that the university can then work on that problems. The hands on the left-hand side on the bottom is the partnerships that we need to form. And only if we form strong partnerships with the industries in this room, we will have successful students at the end. And that will equal an agile future-fit student. Agile means adaptability. And the student needs to adapt to different situations. How can we bring these different learning techniques and skills to the students? We can only bring that by applying work-integrated learning within all our modules from year number 1, year 2, year 3. And in South Africa, the global terminology or the umbrella term is work-integrated learning. Under the umbrella term, you have problem-based learning, project-based learning, work-based learning where you place the students in the industry, simulations, internships, community engagement, and I add another one is entrepreneurship. So now you will ask me, why do you add entrepreneurship as a work-integrated learning modality or a way of doing work-integrated learning? Because we find that some students within the university would like to start their own businesses. And if they want to start their own businesses, we need to give them the entrepreneurial skills in order for them to start their own businesses. So we as small medium enterprises of the industries need to take the hands of the university as academics and say these are the skills and this is what they need to know to become a successful entrepreneur. So if we look at the agile future fit, how we can empower the students, and I want you to keep in mind these different modalities, because I will use problem-based learning as an example to demonstrate to you how we can bring it in first and second and third year, instead of just only placing a student in the world of work. So if we look at this diagram, you will see that the first one is deepens the learning. How can we as academics deepens the learning for the student? We can only deepen the learning if we have a relationship with the industry where the student is going to work in. But how will we then deepen the learning if the industry is coming to the classroom? So how we deepen the learning is we will take problem-based learning as an example. So the industry will identify the problem, a societal problem within the industry, and will say this is the problem that we experience. Let's say, for example, we have the SOPs in the room, am I correct? So let's say, for example, the SOPs, you have a problem, a societal problem that you would like to solve. You will then come to the Faculty of Humanities in the qualification, and you will say this is the problem and bring it to the class. You will then give the problem to the students studying for the diploma for policing. After that, you will divide your class into small little groups that will brainstorm that problem and come up with a solution for that problem. Then the students can then present that problem to the specialists of the industry and say this is how we think this problem needs to be solved. The industry can then say yes or no, this is what you learn theoretical in your classes, but in practice this is not how it's going to work. So that's how you bring the skills from the industry into the classrooms. You can also have another example where you bring in a project base and bring a problem to the class and say this is a project that you need to do for the next assignment. Let's do this project and try and solve this, and divide your students again into groups. The students then will go and do the project and come up with a minimum viable product and say this is what we think will work in the industry. The industry panel will then sit together and tell the students if this is a perfect solution, what will work and what will not work. And that's how the industry can get involved in the classes. So when you have the industry and you bring the industry to classes, you enriches the relationship between the students, the academics, and the industry. By the end of their third year, the students already know the industry. Why? Because the industry was in my class. The industry was presenting to me a problem. I already connect. Because remember, if you bring an industry member to class, students will automatically afterwards have a conversation with the industry member. And what will they do? They will take cell phone numbers, they will take contact numbers. They will stalk them on social media and start following them and look at what is the trends. So by the end of the third year, we already start branding the student, they already start knowing the networking, so it's easier for them to apply for a job. So what did we do? We did number 3, we broadened the future for the student. Because sometimes if the industry are coming to class and it's a first year class, and let's say for example, it's an IT class or engineering class, and the lecturer was there, then the student realized that he's in the wrong qualification. Instead of waiting for the third year to place the the student already realized in the first year, I'm studying the wrong qualification. So immediately he can change from qualification and not waste any money. So the quote that or the hashtag that I'm stealing now from the Springboks is that we are stronger together. And that's why today is so important for me as the director and also for my team. For us to go forward, we need to take the hands of the industry. We need you to help us to make the life of the students better, to develop better future fit students, to make sure that when our students graduate, they will walk into a working environment where they will immediately be part of the economy, where they will contribute. So hashtag, we are stronger together. So what is my way forward for the Directorate of Cooperative Education? First of all, I want to plead today to the industry members here present. I would like to start what I will call a work integrated learning industry advisory board. Yes, Deans, you heard me. I know that you have your advisory boards, but that is focused on your industry specifically. I need the industry to take my hand as director and let's start creating a work integrated learning industry advisory board. So if you are interested, you all have my contact details. Please feel free to send me an email. I think on the register there was also a question if you would like to be part of it. But I will go around afterwards when you have your breakfast and find out who will be interested to become part of this advisory board. I also have all your email addresses, so be sure that I will stalk you now and I will send you emails to become part of the TUT advisory board. Then another way forward, I was thinking, and this is also industry, I need you because for this one, I need funding. And I know there's specific ways of getting funding, but yeah, we will talk about that. But the idea is to start what I will call a student academy for work integrated learning. And what is the purpose of starting a student academy for work integrated learning? It's very important to have different workshops for students because there's recess. What are the students doing during recess? They're going home, sit in front of the TV, have a beer, have party. We need to develop the country. And the only way that we can develop the country is to keep them busy. Students need to start realizing that nothing in life is for free. If you want something in life, you need to work, and you need to work damn hard for it. Sorry for that word, but you need to work hard for it. So yes, in the Student Academy, what I would like to do is I would like to arrange with industries hackathons. I want to arrange different workshops for the students where industry will come in and we will do a workshop for the students. And then also, I would like to start an industry mentor and coaching program. I really think it's very important for the youth to have a coach and a mentor from the specific industry from their first year. If we just think of the students coming from villages, small villages, and all of a sudden they're in Pretoria, they're in Johannesburg, this massive place. They're under peer pressure, they don't know what to do. They will quickly fall in a trap of having party every night instead of focusing on their study. But if they have a coach and they have a mentor that can coach and mentor them and guide them how to go through their journey, their academic journey, and to become responsible citizens in South Africa, we will have a better quality student at the end of the day. And then industry networking, the industry networking that DCE is currently involved with. This is the first breakfast event, the first of many to come. We will definitely next year, I'm already thinking of, I have a very active brain and never sleep. So I already think that we need to have like a gala function next year where my academics will identify the best industries and we will have prizes for them. So yeah, if your dreams don't scare you, then you need to stop living. So that's networking. We have our career expos. We have guest lecturers, and then something that I really would like to bring to TUT is, and maybe the deans and assistant deans, maybe you are already doing it, but to have public lectures within the university. So from my side and from my directorate, I would like to identify the best people in the world to do guest lectures for us, public lectures for us, where all the faculties can attend, the students of all the faculties can attend. So for example, get the CEO of IBM to do a public lecture for us. Why not? Why not get the lady to do a public lecture for us? Why do we always just need to think so small? We need to throw the bolts away and just think broadly. And then lastly is we are in the process, and I need to inform the industry because next year we're going to start implementing the system. It's an information work integrated learning management system. And this is where we can track where our students are with work integrated learning. Remember that TUT placed their third-year students in the industry. The industry needs to evaluate the student and then submit what we call the logbook. As from next year, we're going to start with the system. Everything is going to be online. The student will register, the academic will accept the mentor of the industry, and then all the evaluation will take place online. The industry will submit the reports online, so there's no pen and paper anymore. Yes, we know that there will be some challenges, but I really would like to urge industry to bear with us and walk the journey with us. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. We can't stay behind. We need to go forward. So I would like to close my presentation. And I want to close with the proverb from, it's a Japanese proverb. And the proverb say that a bamboo that bends is stronger than an oak that resists. So I'm asking you the question. If I can see by the hands, do you think that we are preparing bamboos? We as institution need to create bamboos, not an oak tree. Why? Because a bamboo can bend. A bamboo is adaptable. A bamboo can change to any situation and adapt. What happened with an oak tree? Do you think that you can bend an oak tree? What happens if you bend an oak tree? It will break. So, yes, I would like to close with this, and I would like to keep it with you, keep it in your minds. If we're preparing students, let's prepare bamboos for the future and not oak trees. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Dr. Brink. I think we should give her another big round of applause. And I could relate a lot with most of what she said. Coming from the Eastern Cape, Johannesburg was a very big city for me. Never mind how dangerous Johannesburg, I was struggling. Life was too fast here for me, and I had to adapt to the languages, too many languages being spoken, and people from here just assume that you know, and they'll just start speaking a language with you. At school, I had to try make friends so that I can, things can be easier for me. So I think that this is really important what you're doing, and it will benefit a lot of students, and I think it will improve the education system in South Africa overall. So I think it's a big one, it's a big dream that scares you, but it will benefit some people. And those individuals who will benefit from this project will then go back to their families and be able to help them, because then if I came from the Eastern Cape, I come to Joburg, I get into such a program, I'm able to quickly find out what it is I need to do to get to the industry or the career path that I want. Then it will be easier for me to get a job quicker, then I can be able to attend to the people that I left back at home. So I think this is really bigger than you think. It might be scaring you, but please do go ahead with it, because a lot of students will benefit and it will change a lot of families in South Africa. So you are doing quite an important work, Dr. Brink. A big round of applause for her once again. And I think if there is a way, maybe in a couple of years' time, this could be brought down to high school levels, because it's only because I was exposed to it that I knew that in my second year, it's best I start looking for something. So I did my work integrated learning in my second year. So I do agree with what you were mentioning and what Prof. Maserumo mentioned earlier, that we need to start getting students active in the workspace early on, even before they reach third year, say they are doing their diploma, because then that helped me out. By the time third year came, I wasn't panicking, looking for a company to take me in just so I can fulfill those 160 hours that the university or the college wants me to fulfill in order for me to graduate. I had already done my work in integrated learning in second year, so I was relaxed at that time. I was just looking for a job. So I think that is really important. Up next, without wasting any time, we are going to welcome Mrs. Kruger, who's going to speak with us about the DCE 2024 Career Expo. May we please give her a big round of applause. Another one as she's coming onto the stage.
Good morning. It is very nice to see all of you here, and we appreciate your attendance. Just a little bit of marketing from our side, from DCE. I think our Bridging the Gap campaign for 2023 was our first since COVID face-to-face career expo, but I would just like to say we had it at 7 faculties. We did a lot of marketing to try and host this event on 4 different campuses. If you're not aware, you know, each of our campuses is represented by another faculty. And this year we had 70 companies who booked for the Career Expo for 2023. The whole purpose of the Career Expo is to bridge the gap between industry and our students, so that you can see our students, have a short interview or conversation with them during our Career Expo, and get applications in for your graduate programs, for your work integrated learning programs, and so on. So I just wanted to show you a few photos from the 2023 events. As you can see, it was quite vibrant and exciting. And we only had it on one day. It was held on the 1st of August this year. We also had 3 events that took place virtually. It was done through the Graduate Recruitment Association of South Africa, which we are members of, and we are very proud because from all the universities in South Africa, TUT's registrations were the most. We were the top registered students, and we had the most attendees of 900 students attended the events on the 3 different dates. Now there's just a few images to show you how the virtual event looked like. It was quite exciting, and I think we will do the same next year. We're just waiting for the virtual event dates. So for 2024, I would like to announce, please, if you're interested, for TUT, we never charge industry to attend our events. We like networking with you, and for 2024, the Career Expo is taking place on the 25th of July. So please don't tell me that you already booked with TIX. My date is up first. Because we tried to work on a national calendar with Tikkies in Uja and everybody putting it up. So I sent through my dates first this year. So the team is very excited. Again, we're going to have it, first of all, on the 4 different campuses, Karankua, Soshanguve, Pretoria, and Arcadia campus, in the different faculties, but the faculties of science is going to be split between the Pretoria and the arts campuses here, next year. So we will open the bookings on the 1st of February, and I'm just here to show you, please save the date. Then finally, from my side, we're also fully fledged already with the placement portal. The placement portal is there for students to upload their CVs, build their CVs. We've got a CV builder or a CV uploader over there. And companies are able to email us the advertisements, and we can place your graduate recruitment internship at work and graduate learning advertisements and share CVs from there. You are welcome to either contact myself or any of our team members, or you can just email co-op ads for advertisements at tut.ac.za. Our placement portal is on the TUT website at www.placement.tut.ac.za. Again, no cost to industry. I know some other universities charge industry to place the advertisements. There's literally no cost for you. If you would like to place any advertisements for your graduate programs, you're more than welcome. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much to Mrs. Kruger. Can we please give her another round of applause? All right, I have a question to the SAPS that is here. I'm wondering, someone confessed to stalking people online, and she is planning to continue, but I haven't seen her in handcuffs as yet. So I'm wondering what is going on. Isn't that a crime in South Africa? Or maybe she gave you a few cupcakes before the event started and therefore. Anyway, I was just bringing it up to the attention of the rest of the room in case I was the only one thinking about it. But I'm not sure if the organizer of the event gets arrested, what will happen to the rest of us. All right, so now we're going to open the floor to the rest of the room, to the industry members. Dr. Brink is going to be here with me. We're going to open the Q&A session, where if you have any questions or even suggestions, you can just put your hand up. We'll give you the mic and you can get to have a say. And we're planning for it to be an interactive session where people ask questions or make suggestions with regards to today's topic.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming here. I think the first thing for me is to find out if are we able to collaborate with TUT on community projects that we are doing, more or less what you're trying to achieve to develop the youth. And you spoke about your way forward. There was the issue around the academy, and then you were saying some of this will need funding. But most of that we can discuss it, but a lot of it we can actually do in kind without necessarily having to worry about the funds.
Okay, so I'm going to stand here and give feedback, if it's fine with everyone. Collaboration with TUT is quite easy. You can just contact my office. We do have MOUs with companies. There is a vetting process that it will go through, so yes, collaboration always. Community engagement is very close to my heart, so yes, definitely. Community projects, by all means, you can contact me.
Thank you very much, and yes, thank you for the very informative presentation and session. I think my question is more directed at Ms. Kruka in terms of the Career Expo. So the planning for next year is more centered around Gauteng. So I believe as the university, you do have other satellite campuses in the likes of, I think, Polokwane and Millsboro, if I'm correct. And especially looking at the target market, if we really want to empower the youth in the previously disadvantaged areas. My question is, are you planning to have sessions around those particular areas so that at least we uplift such a community, especially in rural areas and villages, so that at least we just explore and not center around one province? It's just that I had intention. Thanks.
Lorika, I think I can answer that question. We already decided as a team, we already visited the other campuses, Mbombela and Kimalakeni, and Polokwane is next year. We're waiting actually for dates. So there will be, on all the campuses, there will be a career day. It's just this one is the central and the biggest one, and the close faculties within Pretoria. So we normally keep them together, but the other campuses will also get industry career expo day. Does it answer your question? Thanks. Any other questions? Sorry, we're doing this very informal, but that's me.
Good morning to everyone. I think what I have to say is more of a comment / call to action. So I'm sitting here with my team members. We are Sign Opportunity, and we are an implementation partner through the YES program. So many of the things that you share in terms of your ideas, how to get youth or candidates ready for the work space, we already do that. We are very hard or aggressive when it comes to getting students, when it comes to getting people who don't have the opportunity to get employed. We want to equip them with the skills, but also take them a step further to have them join the workplaces for a 12 months period with the target of absorption. So if I said this is a subtle, a very subtle, call to action, if there's any one of these companies that we have here who are looking at perhaps upscaling their BEE level through the YES program, or even just CSI projects that you want to start, but you're not sure how to go about it, how to equip the community, and how to address this crucial unemployment issues that we have, you're more than welcome to speak to us, and we can assist with that. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to throw it back to you. We need to have a conversation so that you can start with my students from first year and not only with the students that already graduated. Is that a deal?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say to the lady, I see you, and I
raise you. We are from the South African Institute of Electrical Engineers, and we will partner with the TUT. We also offer engineering practitioners and students work integrated learning through our voluntary association. So any partner, we run a corporate partnership program, and of course our corporate partners, we send the students to our corporate partners for WIL. Thank you.
Okay. Dean, did you hear? We have a dean here.
Good morning, everyone. It's the Tshwane from the South African Council of Educators. We are the home of the teaching profession, and we like to partner with TUT to get your faculty of education or school of education students registered from first year. There is costs that are implicated, but we need them to have a police clearance certificate so that they are vetted and ready for the profession. This is also an open call to all students that want to do a postgraduate certificate in education. They can also join in this process so that they are taken through the vetting process, and we will speak to your faculty of education effectively as of that. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you very much, Dr. We're the team here from MA Automotive in London, and we're in the component manufacturing industry. We basically build cars for Mercedes-Benz and BMW. So currently we partner with TUT and Gauge students, but we see that we're still struggling to get the right kind of students for the premium technology that we have in the plant. So the one thing that we're thinking about is that when we reflect on this year's career expo, we found ourselves missing the target market because all the students came, we were saying we were all that really, so we need to really find a way of, with the career days, that we really just get the electrical engineering or the engineering students only into that space. In that way, we are able to capture as many students as possible. That's number one. But number two is that the premium brands that we are building, we would like to partner with TUT from first year to really have modules that we can bring students into our plan so that they can start their first year learning and practically being on the shop floor, build those cars, so that by the time that they're in the third year and they finalize the studies, we are able to easily absorb them. Because right now it's really quite difficult to get the right kind of student to come into the business and really integrate them into the business if they have started from scratch with us. Thank you.
Partnerships here, so I think we need to start having an advisory board. Nomination for advisory board. Yeah, I think that's the next. Another question? Sorry, I will come to you.
Thank you. I am Dr. E.M. Matebula from the South African National Defence Force, basically I'm a soldier. And within the Defence Force, I work for the military police. Just to put this in context, the military police is doing exactly the same, but the SAPS is doing. The only difference is that we only do policing within the Defence Force, meaning we are policing soldiers. So we had our first intake of students of TUT on the 4th of September this year, and we just finished the 31st of October. I wish I could show you what we've done. You will see that they are really the soldiers as you see. We will continue to partner with TUT, and I will also talk to my bosses, because I'm not a general yet. I will talk to my bosses to see if we can start from first year up to third year, because we've already seen the gaps that we need to close as far as the training and especially the practical other things. but I'll talk to my bosses and we'll engage further. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Rodney Lucas, Transformation Manager, South African National Parks, and these are my colleagues who join us, including the head of human resources. I'd just like to make a comment. We recently made advances towards partnering with TUT, and we were granted the privilege of actually meeting Dr. Brink and her team. But the focus of that meeting was to address that very talented group of people, people with disability. And Dr. Brink embraced the opportunity for us to speak, and we are in the process of actually forming an official partnership with TUT. But in addition to that, there was a request from Dr. Brink's department as well, if we could accommodate a world student, to the effect that just last week, with the 1st of November, we have officially appointed a world student via our recruitment department, and he is very happy with the environment, and we just look forward to a more profound relationship going forward. Thank you.
Just thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for taking the time and availing yourselves to be here. This is really an important project that could benefit a lot of students in South Africa, and we thank you so much for your time, and we thank you in advance for opening your pockets, and hopefully a lot of rands are going to pour out of those pockets and accounts. So yeah, I would like to take the opportunity to thank you on behalf of TUT for those monies that are coming through. We are going to now go and have our breakfast, which is really what I was here for. But I will hand over to Dog. She wants to do something quickly.
Yes, we're going to do a lucky draw. Lorica, where's Albert? Albert, come in. Come do the lucky draw for us. We decided to have a lucky draw for our industry members. Sorry, TUT members. This is for industry. Just do a lucky draw for us.
And the winner is Shamalani Nyambi from Far Eastern Hospital, Gauteng Department of Health.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to get into my favorite part. We're just going to stand up and go get our breakfast. And while we are there, please do remember to network with other industry members that are here, because that's the whole purpose of the event. Take numbers, take emails, and do follow up. And if you have any further questions with regards to the event, please do get in touch with Dr. Brink. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy yourselves.